forgiveness. How it is so hard to do, and yet I make sure that I do it. And the reason is because anybody who does me any harm, in any way, shape or form, some reason, somehow, at some point in their life, have this real horrible thing happen to them. I don't wish it upon them. I don't curse them. I don't say, horrible things about them. And yet I see it time and time again. And I really wish they wouldn't be nasty to me, because it usually comes back on them 10 times worse. I don't know if anybody else has ever noticed that about their lives. I try to do good wherever I go, and I'm not trying to be a martyr here. I'm not trying to be put on a pedestal for anything, because I know I'm not perfect. I just try to live my life. I try to help people wherever I go. If I see a need, fill the gap. I don't mind the gap. I fill it. And if that's not wanted, then I understand and I move on. It just happens time and time again. I don't have to hang around and wait for it to happen, because when someone's hurt me or been abusive in any way, and I do take an awful lot, before I finally get the hint, because I like to think good of people. I live in a world where possibilities are everything. I try. I do the Yoda thing. The Yoda says don't try, but if you don't try, you'll never know. Can't understand why I keep waking up at this time in the morning. Watched videos on YouTube that tell me 3:33 in the morning is sometime when that number just keeps coming up in your life, because it means change, or God is trying to give you a message. Well, just putting numbers in my face doesn't help me understand. I got this, it's just a feeling of wasted life. I mean, the dream I've just woken from this is like a realisation. It was so vivid. I thought I was in it. How can I explain it? It's just like a load of World War I horses with soldiers on them, all lined up, as though they were in a carnival. One of these, I don't know, the parades that you get in America, where the big bear comes out and tosses this baton up in the sky, and there's all these young girls and boys who are marching in the band, and it's all happy and jolly, and all the crowds are watching them, and it's really good, colourful, everyone's smiling. And that dream was very similar. And the horses were beautiful, immaculate, big shiny beasts, muscly bodies, most of them brown, because most of the artillery horses are brown. And the soldiers were dressed to perfection, buttons shiny. They were proud. They were being given a speech by this man who was like a little dumpy, bald-headed man who looked as if he'd just gotten out of bed. I don't know what the speech was, but it was like a rallying cry, I guess, to rouse the troops and be patriotic to defend their country, or whatever it was, I don't know. The type of thing. And then off they marched into battle. Now, I didn't see that battle. I just saw them as if they were going behind a curtain, like on a stage, as they, rode off on their big, beautiful horses. But I stayed behind, and I was stood, I don't know, looked like the stands where people sit. How can they call them stands when you sit down? In a football match. And I was very far, high up in the top benches. So how I saw this group of people close up, I don't know. But there was about 20 men. And they were the ones who were surrounding this man who was giving this speech. And then out of another door came a man dressed in a different uniform. And he walked towards the group. And he shook hands with them all. And this is why it seemed real to me, because it was all very logically formulated, this dream. Even though the setting was weird. And the horses were so beautiful. The men immaculately dressed, and then that man who was giving the speech was so completely opposite. So he didn't care. So it didn't matter. Maybe that's what it was. Because this man who came in and shook all their hands was from this side where the soldiers were going off to battle, to fight against. And at first I couldn't understand it. When I woke up and tried to analyse it, I thought, oh my goodness. They were standing there laughing, this group of men who were left behind. They were having a drink and laughing as if it was like, after Remembrance Day parade, when you go back for a cup of tea and a curry lunch or something, and well, they went back and had a similar kind of thing. I don't know what they were eating or drinking, but they were laughing and chatting amongst themselves as if, well, job done. And when I asked them, because I was mad, I was angry, I was saying, why are you being like this when all your men are going out into that battlefield to be slaughtered? And then a penny dropped. It's a game to them. Depopulation game. While the masses remain ignorant, they'll be forever pushed into things like this. They'll be forever controlled. Forever told what to do. And they'll be convinced that it's the right thing to do because these manipulators have the game all sewn up. And while we're all going about our business, trying to earn a living, being occupied by work that produces stuff and things for the rest of the population, they're sitting on their high horses perhaps, laughing at us. Oh, we are nothing to them. Why do I get these insights? And going back to the forgiveness thing, because I had to in that dream. When I woke up, I had to forgive them. I had to forgive all those men that were going off in ignorance to be slaughtered. And I had to forgive those men who were left behind, laughing and chatting and drinking and eating as though it wasn't even happening. So they were playing with their own little tin soldiers on a battlefield in their own mansion attic. And this was just another game to them. People's lives ended horrendously, and they didn't even give a toss about it. It's just like, I guess, us sending animals to the slaughterhouse. As long as we don't see it, we just have the meat on a plate. We don't care, do we? Don't care what the animal went through. And I know I'm a meat eater. I eat meat and fish. I look at the cows in the field and the chickens in their little runs, and I think they are conscious. They do know. They do feel. Am I to forgive myself for what I put them through, for my pleasure? We convince ourselves that we need all this food. We need protein, we need vitamins, minerals, and all the rest of the crap. But in reality we don't. We just need to put our mind to it. Did you know that when you bless your food through a prayer, it changes the chemical compounds of it, makes it taste sweeter? I found out that had been scientifically proven, but scientifically proven it? I don't know. Somebody just told me it had been scientifically proven. Oh, I took them at their word, because I'm ignorant. I like to believe these things. So when I go back to the forgiveness thing, and I think about those men ending all those lives, and I think about people in my life rather than looking outside to millions of people. If I just look at one, the one that is closest to me, this physical body that my consciousness, my spirit is within, then why is it that people tend to pay a hefty price for being mean to me? Because I don't inflict it upon them. I don't think that they deserve any kind of punishment. But it just happens. It happens time and time again. And I'm not issuing it as a warning for you not to say or do anything bad against me, but perhaps I'm just letting you know that words have consequences. And if you are giving out something that's bad to somebody who tries to be good, and you deliberately do it, then that's what you'll get back 10 times. I mean, I know that all these behaviour traits come from something that's way deep inside, and it comes from pain, from fear of pain. And yet, by inflicting all this pain on anybody else, it's causing that person more pain. They think they're protecting themselves by spreading rumours or being nasty about somebody, or even being rude to the face. And yet inside themselves there's a bitterness that's festering. And whatever goes on in the mind, it inflicts that pain upon the body. And that's why I do the job that I do, I guess. Because I try to get people free of that, release them from that pain. And I don't know what people are saying about me. It doesn't matter. I know the life I live. I don't really care what other people say about me. I just live my life the best way I can. I try to help people where I can. If I see a need, I try to make that need go away. And if people don't want it, then fair enough. I just fade away from their lives and leave them alone. Let them get on with it. And I think that's the point I've come to in my life now. I forgive all these people because I think if I don't do this, then their own punishment that they inflict upon themselves will be even more severe. There's some kind of thought process that goes on, not just in them but in me too. There's a vibration, and that's been proven time and time again. Animals communicate through a vibration, through a sensation, emotion. What is that? I mean, to me, that's one of the big questions in life. What is emotion? And how can this meat suit that we're in experience all of that? And all it is blood and guts and bone. Where do all these sensations come from? Surely not from the mind. Anyway, I'm really tired. But that dream was so vivid. I felt so angry and sad at the same time. I kept being waken up by bloody pigeons on the roof as well. I think they kept falling off or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's try and get some more sleep, because I've got a bit of a headache. What do you think? What are your thoughts? If you don't care, just say that. Doesn't matter, because it's your life. You can think what you like. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep.